Hello and welcome back to this next episode of Oxygen Not Included, where we are going to get see if we can get any further with our colony. Baseline is we still have our little mess hall here that we need to take care of. So that's going to be wonderful when that is done. But what are we going to do with our next step? I think that maybe we should start working on our farm, even though we haven't gotten our farmer. But I kind of think that would be the next step. And the thing about the farm is that it can't be too hot. If we go into the database here and search after plant mealwood, that's the one we are going to. It says that the temperature can be between 10 and 13 degrees. So what that means is that if we go into our temperature settings, then we can see this area here is actually starting to get pretty hot. This is definitely out of the question. So actually we don't really have that great a place to put our farm, to be quite honest. The other thing we could do, we could start our ranching instead. That could be a good solution too, to be quite honest. And the critters, that is the hatches, and they say they have a comfortable range about from 10 to 40. So no matter where we put that farm, it basically wouldn't matter. So the question is, what do we want to focus on, and then build it. I think a good place for a ranch would probably be here, and then hopefully that we could have our farm over here. That would be the ideal places for it, actually. So the question is what to do. That is actually the baseline. And if we go into it would probably be a good idea to just start the ranching technology, because that way we would have it. But then again, the smart battery would be nice too, but for that we would need the brute force. So the question is what to start doing actually. So why are you so stressed? You're supping with. Oh, we need to remove those so that they start to... Well, I think we should get our brute force. That way we can at least start with our turning some of our copper ore that we have a ton of into copper instead. And then I think it would be just a good idea to just dig this up. But I want them to focus on because that way this will be our mess hall. And since we put this 5 tiles inside, I think we should do that over here too. And I want because they might as well just sleeping over here, since that's a barrack, so they would get one more round for that. We might as well just open that. So if we say we want this to be our farming area, then we will need some other tiles here. And I said I would like to be better at doing the calculation. I know the calculation for this one, at least. Our duplicants is, if we take, we go in here and say our duplicants, they burn calories. That is up here. But what they burn every day, it is 1,000 calories. So they can eat more than the 1,000 calories, but they will need it to sustain themselves. So if we go into our book here and then we say our meal lice, that's the food. One meal lice is 600 calories. So that would mean that for one duplicant, but how many do they produce a day or how long is the cycle. And we go into the growth requirement, and there's a lot of stuff here. But the life cycle is 3 cycles. So that would mean that to calculate how many we would need to have 3,000 calories after 3 cycles for it to sustain. So that would mean 3,000 divided by 600, and that's 5. So that's why it would be 5 tiles, 5 tiles, 5 tiles, 5 tiles, and 5 tiles. That would be for 5 duplicates. This one will be for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, oh, I don't even have the farm tile. Oh, I have it. It's right here, farm tile. So, if I put those down, then that will be a farm tile, and I can plant a mealwood in it. Okay, please. Very much like to get that one. And as we can, it needs a recreation building. Furniture. And set it to 9, because that way, and then I can deconstruct all these ladders that we have here. Because now, if we go into it, we'll say Great Hall, and that's 6 to morale bonus. That would mean that they will be in the plus. Why can't I get a farmer, or at least just a cook? Oh, I just want that. Right now a cook could be nice too, because then we could start planning for that too. So let's look at our skills. We can get the super hard digger, and he won't get sad. And since we got a rancher, get the ranching skill. And we got plenty of jobs that needs to be taken care of, so there's no need to maybe it could be a good idea to actually begin here. That way we could be able to get these two. Because this one is actually chilling the air. So as long as we don't produce a lot of heat, it might be able to cool some of the area here down. That would be wonderful if that actually happened. This one is, well, basically not going to be chilling anything. Sure, it's about minus degrees, but it's not like it's let's just open this door. There's no need for. The only door I want to be actually close is the one here, because we got these shine bugs. It's not because they don't do any harm in that way, but because they are shining. If we go into the light overlay, they will be able to keep our duplicates awake at night. I don't know if this is actually enough to do so that they have proper sleep, but we will find out. But there's a big difference between having those flying around in here and not. Okay, let's set these to be made. Because he's going to continue digging since he's been told to prioritize it, but it's at some point I will not add any more dig commands. there's enough work here for our duplicants, so there's no need to add more commands to them. So if we go into our skills, because they now, well, the Great Hall and all of that kind of, they actually have a pretty good morale that they can learn some more skills. So that's great. Kind of weird that, oh, that's, and as you can see, because this coop is cold, it will start to get in here. And as long as we don't have any heat sources, this should be able to pretty much win this battle. Let's hope this can, because this one is actually always chilling and this is not adding more heat, that this will not get too hot. So let's add a little bit more so we can get this done. Mealwood. What I really want to do is actually get this area up so that I can start using this. I think we will start using coal because in the start anyways, but I really want to get to use this gas guys quite fast, because I actually think it's a waste to not use it. So if we say we will have one more floor here, basically, then we will close this up basically. Maybe we should stop this actually. I still want to, because we have some food up here that we can utilize to get a little bit, and there's a lot. But then I think we should just start changing the floor down here to a different type. To the isolated type, because this one is here. But that will probably be better to do next time. How does it look? Well, we are almost done with this one. That's great. And then maybe we can start just staying out here and get up, because that way we can get some of all of this nice polluted water. We can just start emptying it down here, and that would be great. Even though I want this to be our exit point. As a good start, it doesn't. We can just start with this, basically, going up. Okay, are we lucky? And we are not. This is just not my run for the duplicates. Well, let's have a day where a cycle where we don't research at all. Maybe we can get some of the jobs done. So that we feel like we can add more tasks, because that's the. As I say, I'm not very good to. I'm very good to overtask my duplicants so nothing gets happen. So I think it would be a good idea to just have a round where we just chill a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. We need an airlock here, so let's put one down, and maybe it would be a good idea to say that we have one more tile here. That way we can put at the deodorizer, because we will get polluted gas in that way. So as I said, a lot of times I'm good at just starting to add a lot of extra stuff, even though it's a bad idea. We should just take one thing at the time, but at least something is going to happen, so we can add, so we get more food so we can sustain ourselves. Actually, maybe. Now this one is this one. That one needs to be because that's going to be the outer wall, and we want that to be isolated. Because what do we have out here? 9 tiles. Okay, we can say that we want to copy. And we don't want to plant more than this actually. Well, let's get our researching going. If we want to have, I want to have this one now. I think that would be a good idea to get the smart battery. We already got what we basically need for automation, so that we don't just burn through a lot of things. So in that regard, it's good, no worries there. And after that we will start researching the ranching skills, so we can actually start our ranching. Of course we will just take it easy and thing is, I want this to get changed to the isolation tile, but to do that I would need to put down another layer of isolation tile here to break down this one, or to change that, because they will just open the hole and then the water will just flow down, and I really don't want that to happen. First, pearl tiles, so they just need dirt. It's not a big problem right now. Oh, okay, so that's why. it is coming out, but it's very slow. I would actually like if we could get this done. This time too. So here this cycle we will just wait to see what it gets done. We will not start a new research project. Let's go in and look at our. If we take last day, then basically they remove 50 commands or errands, and as you can see, the one in the bottom is the one that took most. Was actually the research supply. Since we are not researching today, that would free some them to do other stuff, at least. And that's why I actually like to have a farmer, because the farmer would be, then I could remove all the rest from dropping everything they have on their hands to. Well, let's hope that we are lucky this time. Farmer or cook? Got a farmer, and he's actually quite good in some ways. but he is a mouth breather. So he consumed the. If we go into the okay, is it properties? Melting point. Inhale. So inhaling minus 100 oxygen. This one is a mouth breather, so he actually consumed air for 2 duplicates. That's bad, to be quite honest. But he's a very good farmer at least. And he actually enjoys applying to so well, he can do digging commands, that's okay, we got one for that, but he is actually good at night work, so we will have to get him to work in the night. So I will take him farming, just because I actually think it's not preferable to get one that breathed twice the amount, but it's but since we got our oxygen working and we got a lot of if we go into here and say algae, we have a lot of algae and we have plenty around, and like here and here and here, so it's not going to be a problem. Now we want to say that he should not research, he should be farming, and the other we don't want to do farming commands now because he can do it alone. Super hard digger. Well, we got the morale for it, so why not take it? Our farmer, well, you need to start farming. Our rancher, why not get you working on that and apply science. Not that we need this right away, but because they get faster at science, doing the science thing. Okay, now we want to start our animal control, and we want to start our ranching and stuff like that. So, and we got that extra one to actually help around. So it's not that big a deal. The other thing was he likes to work in the night. So let's add a new schedule and then call this number 2. And then we will say that we want to work in the night. So let's change this to so that he will sleep here or sleep here. He can sleep in the morning. So if we say 1, 2, 3, and then I don't think it matters that his downtime is going to be here. So let's get our farmer dude down here. Because now he will be working in the night and he get bonus for working there. So that's one of the things that is good to notice. it's not necessary. Like, well, if you don't do it, then you're fucked or anything like that. It's just like, it's a good thing that when they have a perk like that, just do so that they actually can work in that hour. So now basically it would be a good idea to get this one built. We will not rush that. And as long as we actually have a good amount of air here, we are basically making air 1-to-1. So this one produces 500 oxygen every second. And if we find our farmer, where is he? Okay. That's our digger. Then we can say it says 200 here. Where compared to this guy, for example, only 100. So it's kind of sad, but and because we got some ice and snow here, because we will simply get some water because of the heat. That's just how it is. The other thing that is the reason why I want to be doing all the farming is if you go into our agriculture, then because he has that much in it, well, he harvest faster, the tending speed, and the seed changes. The seed we can actually, we are going to be using later on. So that's why it's a good thing that he's already he's helping making more resources out of nothing. Next time I think we will get this moved over here, basically, and we will move it to this room too. So that we can free up this space for some other things, maybe make a research station, laboratory, something like that. I don't know if it's necessary, but we might as well do it. I don't know where we will put our some of the stuff, but there's a lot of things that we basically want to get done. So, but one thing at the time, one episode at the time too. If we go in here and say coal, we already got 20 tons, so that's quite a lot. But I don't want to start on our coal generator before I got our battery up and running. and so we will need to work on that too. Basically. And I want this to get finished too, so there's a lot of things that next time I think we will put our ranch here. Well, it's a good idea on that. Not, well, that's always depends on how you look at it. We will need to enclose this, basically, but we'll do that next time. And then I will, I don't think the ranching will take that much time, and if we don't add a lot of extra stuff, I think we will be able to probably start to work on some refinement, so we can start maybe our production of coal generator. But we will need this to get done before first. Because we will be creating polluted water. But one thing at the time. Even though I'm not good at doing that. Maybe we should try looking at the power plant. It could be fun. Well, it looks like we are at the end of the rope for this episode. They start sleeping and this will turn to cycle 30. So I will stop it right now and I will see you guys next time. Bye.